watching News Mongolia on MNB World. I'm your host, Susanna Oktay. For our top stories, ice rink opening ceremony was held on Wednesday. The World Bank will work with the IMF to revive the Mongolian economy. Zamyin-Uud soum traffic restriction lifted. For other news, stay tuned. The newly built ice rink's opening ceremony was held on Wednesday, September 29th. The ceremony was attended by the President of Mongolia, and the initiator of the project, Tsarang.
The ice rink is 70 meters long and was constructed with a column-free roof and meets the latest international standards. The Ice Palace project was initiated by Tsarang, chairman of the board of the Steppe Arena company. The foundation stone of the Ice Palace, located to the east of the Boyuntuha neighborhood, south of the Shinyarmak district, was laid on April 14, 2019.
This ice rink not only provides our athletes with a training environment to successfully prepare for the Winter Olympics, but also promotes winter sports among our younger generation. It is a big contribution to the Mongolian sports sector, but also to the cultural development of our country. On behalf of our people, I wish the initiators and founders of the sports rink all the best. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to all people who contributed to the successful implementation of this project. I would like to also say thank you to the President of Mongolia for honoring us with his visit. In April of 2019, we laid the first foundation stone of this ice rink. And after 2.5 years, or exactly 898 days, we are launching this Ice Palace and are ready to host our visitors. Notably, we want to express our heartfelt gratitude to national companies who took part in the construction of this ice rink. Our company maintained a policy to hire and contract only national companies. As a result, more than 100 Mongolian companies successfully completed this project by following all international standards and safety rules.
After consulting with professional sports design organizations and architects from Canada's HDR, CEI, and VDA, the guys from Anagram, a Mongolian company, designed the ice rink. Most of the construction funding was provided by Achitich LLC as part of its social responsibility. 95 Mongolian and 60 foreign companies and a total of 1,600 construction workers and engineers participated in the construction of the Ice Palace. The Ice Palace is the first of its kind in Mongolia to introduce new technologies such as zip-roof system, folding floors, refrigerators, consoles, and aerial engineering. The Ice Palace has capacity of 2,500 to 2,600 people, and it can host not only winter sports such as ice hockey, figure skating, and short track speed skating, but also indoor sports competitions.
The Speaker of Parliament, Zamyin-Uud, met with the World Bank and International Monetary Fund officials during his visit to the United States. Observers believe that one of the main outcomes of these meetings is that the World Bank and the IMF have reached an agreement on cooperation with Mongolia in the post-COVID-19 economic recovery.
The first meeting was with Ms. Manuela Ferro, the World Bank's Vice President for East Asia and Pacific region. Today, Mongolia has the potential to resume foreign trade, a period of supercycles in the mining sector, and the recovery in the domestic economy. Therefore, Zamyin-Uud stressed the importance of the World Bank's support in the reviving of the post-COVID-19 economy.
We discussed about creating a legal and economic environment that would increase employment, from the export of raw materials to production, and create more jobs.
There are issues in Mongolia such as targeting rising welfare expenditures, targeting budgets to reduce deficits, and expanding the economy, which is highly dependent on mining. As a result, bilateral resource-seeking meetings provided opportunities for greater collaboration on a macro level. International Monetary Fund Vice President Kurosawa received Speaker of Parliament Zamyin-Uud and other officials.
Fiscal discipline and banking reform are issues that are demanded by international organizations. We don't need this risk if Mongolia's budget deficit and debt are low. We have said that we are trying to maintain good fiscal discipline, keep debt levels low, reduce welfare payments, and reduce bribery without having to rely on international aid.
Some politicians have suggested that the Asian development model is more suited to Mongolia. In other words, during the meeting, they discussed the development path of the countries such as Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan, as well as Mongolia's interest in making it their future direction.
Now let's take a look at Mongolia's current affairs.
The Special Emergency Commission of Zamyin-Uud of Darngal Province lifted the restriction regime on Wednesday. The Zamyin-Uud was closed to traffic for 10 days from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. from September 18th. Citizens coming from Ulaanbaatar must be tested by COVID-19 quick tests, and the result will be registered in the Greek system. Except for Zamyin-Uud and Hengmantl ports, traffic in Darngal Province opened on Tuesday. Traffic to and from Ulaanbaatar and other provinces is no longer restricted. During the restriction period, there were a number of violations such as citizens trying to illegally enter or leave the soum. Usually, about 500 to 600 people pass through Zamyin-Uud daily, causing an overload for medical institutions and emergency staff. As a result of the restriction, the number of daily COVID-19 infection cases was significantly reduced.
The No Double Standard civil movement held a peaceful demonstration at the central square demanding the government resigns. Demonstrators are demanding an apology and accountability for the families of all the people who have died from COVID-19. For example, since last June, the civil movement has submitted 8 key demands to the government, the National Emergency Commission, and the Ministry of Health. The requirements include accountability to the families of those killed by COVID-19, COVID-19 measures related to government expenditure budget, to make COVID-19 PCR tests free and accessible, and other demands. By now, no relevant authorities have provided any comments or even met for discussion with the demonstrators. So the civil movement announced that they are resorting to the next stage of the demonstration, demanding the resignation of the government.
On Thursday, the Ministry of Health reports that 2,615 new cases of COVID-19 were confirmed and 19 more people have died.
In the past 24 hours, 2,650 new cases were confirmed and 6,549 have recovered. Unfortunately, 19 patients, 13 women and 6 men died of COVID-19 complications. Out of the new cases, 1,138 were confirmed in Ulaanbaatar, 1,512 were confirmed in rural pharmacies. At hospitals nationwide, 20,724 COVID-19 patients are being treated. Out of them, 11,424 show mild symptoms of illness and 390 are in critical conditions. Additionally, 64,654 patients are being treated at home under supervision from the first-level family hospitals. Health officials advise people not to invite people over their places nor participate in any kind of public events and keep taking precautionary measures.
And here's the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. And here's the weather forecast for the world's major cities. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you tomorrow with more stories and updates. Have a nice evening. Goodbye.